Your call is important to us. Please hold the line.
All operators are busy at the moment. We apologize for the wait and will answer you shortly. Our operators are busy at the moment. Your call is being transferred. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, buddy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Hotline. Welcome back to welcome to the first show of 2024. First show of this coming haunt season. I'm super excited. Today we're doing a haunt update. And as you can see on your screen, we're joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Rob from the Howling Hour. Rob, how you doing, brother?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm super stoked.
Excellent.
I mean, it feels like it's been too long, but it really hasn't. I don't know. 2024 has been like a weird, like it's been quick, but not. It's been so strange. But dude,
it's always like that at the beginning of the year.
Oh, for sure, man. But you know, the rumblings have begun. The rumors have started. Speculation season is well underway, and boy, do we have a ton to talk about today, and I'm super excited to get to it. Rob, thanks for joining us, brother. I can't wait to geek out with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love geeking out with you. It's always the best. Was the high when you asked me to come on, I was just like, it became the highlight of my week. So let's go.
Thanks, man. And as always, thank you to everyone joining us live. I see you out there. Be sure to leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comments. Definitely love to see y'all. What's up, Diego? I see you. Thank you for joining the live stream, brother. Yeah, it's always appreciated to have you guys here live. And if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, hello and welcome. Thank you as well. The goal, folks, this year is to do a lot more live streams because I love them. And then not only that, I'm happy to announce that I'm going to be bringing back the audio podcast of the Hauntline. I kind of got rid of it a while ago. I stopped doing it. It was way too much, but now it's going to come back. We're going to start doing it again. So if you're listening to this in the audio podcast, hello out there.
That's awesome.
Thanks, dude. All right, man. We're going to jump right to it. We've got so much to cover. The first thing we're going to cover is some potential Horror Nights speculation. Big news coming out of the Universal world. This, by the way, is what I consider the first real bit of like official speculation. This was a story broken by a theme park stop, Alicia Stella, who is incredibly reliable. I mean, she pretty much knew everything about Epic Universe before the Epic Universe people knew about it. So the first big part of this speculation is the potential return of Ghostbusters to HHN. So join me on this journey real quick, all right? So Alicia in her video mentioned permits for something called the Universal Mega Movie Parade. Now, this is going to allegedly feature a ton of properties that are going to be featured, that have been featured in the parks throughout the years. One of those properties is allegedly Ghostbusters. Also, there was another weird little hint that got thrown out there a while ago. It's actually in the Tribute store, and a YouTuber called, I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's pretty big. Kevin Heimbach. I'm sorry if I screwed up that name. Kevin, in one of his vlogs, went to the Orlando Holiday Tribute Store, and there was this little piece of, I guess, maybe a quote unquote leak. I mean, it literally says, found this sticking out of a leaking package. Universal Orlando loves to be real cheeky when it comes to throwing hints out there. It was a parking ticket for the Ecto 1. So this all kind of makes me think that perhaps we will see the return of Ghostbusters in the form of the new movie Ghostbusters Frozen Empire as a house. And also Ghostbusters in general as part of the celebration in Orlando in the form of a new parade, a new lagoon show. Rob, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, I mean, I really don't go out to, well, not really. I don't go out to Orlando or Florida, but hearing this, it's very exciting, getting the permits and everything.
Yeah.
What excites me is us possibly getting the old Ghostbusters, the original one, here as a house was awesome.
2019,
But
yeah.
yes. But this excites me because I'm thinking like we're probably going to get a Ghostbusters house, and it's going to be, I don't know if it'll be the Frozen Empire movie, but maybe the one that came out. What year was it?
Sure. 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, with the the newer cast and the younger kids. I'm thinking more of that, like, and when we were looking at this and I was looking at everything, I was thinking, well, you know what, that feeds right into like that Stranger Things crowd. And with the newer movie, that's kind of like that crowd. So, it definitely would be a popular choice if they decided to bring that iteration of Ghostbusters to Horror Nights.
Sure. Yeah. Ghostbusters Afterlife 2021.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Yeah. Very true, Rob. Very true. I mean, there's definitely a lot to choose from there. I feel like the Ghostbusters lore has grown more and more throughout the seasons. But yeah, dude, I mean, honestly, I think all in all, I would be very excited for this franchise to come back to Horror Nights and to the Universal Parks in general. Orlando, like I said, in Orlando, they had a huge presence, giant presence there in the form of like a really awesome show that used like Pepper's Ghost. And, oh, dude, it was so cool. If you haven't seen videos of that, look it up because it is truly, truly amazing. And yeah, I think it's a perfect opportunity to tie it in with the new film. Like you said, Rob, maybe it's not based on the new film, but it is just based on Ghostbusters itself. And then are you a fan of the franchise, Rob?
I love, I mean, that was kind of like the first, I'm not like first horror kind of, but the scary elements, it was still, funny enough, but scary enough that when I was younger, I got into it. But yeah, I've been a fan of Ghostbusters for years. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think it's a perfect fit for Horror Nights. So that's the first big official piece of speculation here. Maybe Ghostbusters at Horror Nights. Maybe. I think it's more possible than ever for sure. And speaking of speculation, I think the next big piece of speculation, it's kind of old news now. It happened I believe it was in January, maybe. Yeah, it was early January. But another big piece of news, Atomic Monster and Blumhouse have joined forces. They have become one company together. Blumhouse, of course, you've got like the modern day Halloween movies. You've got Megan. You've got Five Nights at Freddy's. Atomic Monster, however, you've got The Nun. Mm-hmm. You've got The Conjuring. You've got Annabelle. Also technically Aquaman, but that's not what we're talking about today. So yeah, dude, this definitely got the old gears turning in my head. Could we potentially see finally a Conjuring house at Horror Nights now that Blumhouse and Atomic Monster have joined forces? Now that Blumhouse has a huge presence, bigger than ever, really, in the parks. Could we see the Conjuring universe at HHN? Rob, what are your thoughts, man?
Oh, for sure. As far as the Conjuring, that's definitely gone up a lot just because Horror Nights has such a great relationship with Blumhouse, and I think just that kind of lends itself to at least in my mind, of the possibility of us getting one of those huge franchises. Maybe it might not be the Conjuring, but something in that Conjuring universe to come over as a house for HHN. And if I'm not mistaken, because I was looking at, I could be completely wrong, but I did a little research. And I'm pretty sure that their company together, it's called like Preeminent, I think it is.
Oh,
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Preeminent, and their like slogan is "Home for Horror." So at least it's when I was looking at them merging together and all this stuff, because I am a huge movie fan. So I was looking into this, and I could be, the pronunciation could be wrong, but it's somewhere along the lines of Preeminent or Preeminent, or I don't know how you want to say it, but yeah. So however you want to pronounce it, but definitely me being a huge movie fan, a huge horror fan, this gets, even for HHN, this just gets me super excited to see like, like what are they gonna do? Obviously, there's two titans join forces, so let's see what they do.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big, man. Honestly, the possibilities are endless here. And pretty soon here, we're going to do a video kind of trying to predict what IPs may come to Horror Nights. But the Conjuring universe is definitely high on my list. Rob, do you have any that you think are pretty high on your list for IPs that we may get this year?
You know what? When you say the Conjuring universe, we think of the Warrens and kind of the Nun and Annabelle, but there's in their room of possessed artifacts, there's so much you can pull from. So anything, even if you just did a Conjuring, edit the room of the Warrens and pull stuff from there, it's gonna be amazing. So we, like I said, we kind of go to the big names of Annabelle and the Nun, but there's so many unknown things that are in that room that maybe if we got a Warren possessed artifact house,
sure,
it would be just all this crazy stuff, which sign me up. There's pretty much anything having to do with Conjuring. Just sign me up for that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's go to the comments real quick. Ariana, Aquaman haunted house when there was a lot of weird imagery in that movie for sure. I think it could work. Right. I agree. Nick H, the Conjuring maze at Six Flags was awesome. Looking forward to what they could do in a possible soundstage. Now, that leads to a very, very interesting question here from Nick. Obviously, last year at Six Flags, we got The Conjuring, we got Saw. Weird things happen in IP world. Rob, do you think that's going to affect at all, perhaps seeing The Conjuring at Horror Nights?
No, because I mean, for the most part, we can separate. One was at Six Flags,
sure,
and if we get it at Horror Nights, it's going to be two different things. Two different kind of the stories that they're going to tell, and I'm right there. I think I'd like to see what we could do in a Conjuring soundstage house. That
especially with a Horror Nights budget. Like, I mean,
yes.
I caught wind last season. We did the Unmasking the Horror tour in Orlando. And for Orlando, they revealed that their houses out there have $1 million budget. $1 million each, y'all. That's 10 of them. 10 of them in Orlando. $10 million they drop on houses alone. And let me tell you, it shows. So getting one of those, ooh.
You know what? I mean, just because you mentioned the budget, it makes me think, and this is like a little side note. There's these new fans of Horror Nights that are coming in, and with like Stranger Things and these other properties that maybe us hardcore fans aren't, the biggest fan of. But I was thinking to myself, and I was like, I gotta say something. Like, I don't want to be that old man, like, get off my lawn. I want to be that old guy that's like, hey, you know what, guys, like, it's fine, go ahead, play baseball on my lawn, because I want to see the joy and I want to see everyone happy. So you know what, like, I would like for Horror Nights Hollywood to have that type of budget for every house, and the only way that's going to happen is if we get a little bit of something for everyone and get more and more people in. And I think these past couple years, it shows that Horror Nights, specifically here in Hollywood, is growing. Their audience is growing. And you know what? I'm on board.
Agreed, man. So you heard it here first, folks. Party at Rob's lawn. Rob's front lawn is open.
Yes.
Going back to the comments real quick. Caroline, horrors made here. Their Conjuring experience was really awesome. To your point, Rob, opened in the Warrens Museum. Then it took us to different areas. We saw Annabelle. We saw the Nun. Amazing experience. Horror Made Here. Rest in peace. Please come back. Please. Did you ever do Horror Made Here, Rob?
I didn't. It was just that 1 year, right?
Yeah, well, they did it, I think, multiple years, but the 1 year in 2018, I think it was.
Okay.
That's when like they really went all out. And yeah, man, I'm bummed you missed it, dude, because honestly, I think given a little bit more time and a little bit more money, it really would have given Horror Nights like a run for their money.
I think my mindset was like, oh, they're gonna be back, so I'll just go the next year. But
right.
Don't have that mindset. Just go.
Evie, bring back the Titans of Terror. Hey, man, can't go wrong with the Titans of Terror. The Titans of Terror tram. I love that too. I love it. Ariana, it will be very interesting to see how the merger and this acquisition affects Six Flags. The merger. We didn't even talk about that. But Cedar Fair and Six Flags merging together. I still don't know if it's like 100% official. It's a weird situation, but
we're like in limbo right now with that.
Yeah, it's like acquisition purgatory right now. But you're right; it could have some pretty big effects, effects overall. Jacob, we back? Yeah, baby. You know it. Nick, I just want an It maze with the universal budget. Absolutely, hell yeah. And then an It maze would be so rad, especially in HHN. Let's make it happen, folks. Like Rob said, let's all share. Party in Rob's yard.
Yes. Yeah, come on over.
Bringing it back to Horror Nights, our next bit of news. John Murdy tweeting away as he does, as always. John has actually got some pretty interesting things for us. First of all, one of his latest tweets says, finished another house treatment for HHN 24 at USH today. Came in at a respectable 97 pages. Now on to the next one. So somebody in the comments was like, wait a second. I thought we were at 8 houses or at 8 maze treatments. Does that mean that we're at number 9? Apparently not. He said that this is maze treatment number 7. So he will be currently writing maze treatment number 8.
Okay.
So now let's speculate a little bit.
That's what we like to do, right?
We love it. We love to do it.
Yeah.
So 8 houses, 8 treatments. That is pretty much the event as of last year. 8 houses total in Hollywood. Historically, we've only gotten like 1 year where we got 10 houses in Hollywood. As I mentioned before, Orlando gets 10 houses now every single year. Could we see? I mean, it's all going to be up to John if he reveals it. Could we potentially see a 9th, maybe a 10th house added to the lineup this year? The only way that I could see that happening is with the return of the backlot. Rob, what are your thoughts, man? Are we stopping at 8?
No, I think I mean, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think we can do 10. I think we can do 10. I mean, it would make it a lot easier if we got that back lot.
Yeah.
But I think 10 houses, that it just has a nice, like, even good amount of houses for, especially with how many people are going to HHN now.
Yeah, man.
10. I feel like we need 10 houses at this point. Where are they going to put them if they don't go to the back lot? I don't know. I mean, do we still use the Jurassic Park? Like the queue, like
we could.
Is that still an option? Because that you could throw a house back there. Like, I mean, you know what? We'll find a place to put a house. Like, I'm not saying get rid of the Waterworld show or the Purge show. I'm not saying that at all, but that's also another option. That's an option.
Sure.
So, but I think 10 sounds good to me.
I agree. I think it's. I mean, it's time for it. It's definitely time.
Yeah.
Like Nick said here. I definitely think more houses would help with crowd control. Like you mentioned, Rob, there's more people than ever going to this event. It does feel more and more every season like we're getting stuff like sardines wherever you go. The walkways, the queues, everything. But last season, with the addition of the lower lot sound stages, it was pretty interesting. We used, I think it was a soundstage 22 off the dome. I think that's what it was. There are technically another 3 sound stages down in that lower lot that could be used for the event. So maybe we get a 10. We'll keep an eye out for Murdy's tweets, see what else he reveals, if he can reveal it. Big if he can reveal it. And he also gave us a few more tidbits, a couple of hints. Somebody asked Johnny, give us a hint.
Just right out.
I mean, listen, the squeaky wheel, you know what I mean? Squeaky wheel gets the oil, and he just went for it.
That is true. That is true.
So John said, I spent a lot of time researching a real place that's history is mostly fiction. So that's pretty interesting. He also, HHN and stuff, said, any chance you can give us a hint based on what you researched? John said, I spent a lot of time researching the Illuminati symbol and other triangular-shaped symbols. So with that, Rob, what do you think, dude? What's this fool cooking up?
Man, I don't know, because that's like a whole that's a whole other cavern of things you can pull from that. So I the only thing when he says like the Illuminati, I'm thinking first thing I thought I saw Illuminati, I'm like, oh, some kind of cult thing, but he's saying the symbol, but then it's like, well, the symbols has this deeper meaning, and there's so much you can pull from that, and the triangular shapes and stuff like that. I'm just like where's this? I mean, this guy, his mind is a treasure, and the way it works, I'm just take me on this ride. Let's go. Take me on the ride. Here's my ticket. Let's go, John. I'm ready.
Yeah, I am too, man. So the first thing that came to mind, first of all, shout out to HHN 365 Days. What's up? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. If you don't follow her, y'all, you're missing out. Follow her right now. Go do it right now.
Amazing. She's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, honestly, the first thing that came to mind, triangles, history that's kind of mostly fiction, Bermuda Triangle. You know what I mean? Are we taking a trip in a plane somewhere? What's going on? And I asked Duff, our friend over at HHN 365, I asked him if, at least in his recollection, if there's ever been a Horror Nights Orlando original that had to do with the Bermuda Triangle or something. He said he could not recall anything that was in that. So that's where my mind went instantly.
I mean, we've all heard stories of the Bermuda Triangle, just planes and ships being lost. That sounds like what if it's we're at this island, or even like an Atlantis, like a city underground or something, or underwater. So that sounds interesting, because we know they can go into that lore like how they did with I'm brain farting right now. All the gods, the
Legends Collide, or no?
No.
Pandora's Box.
Pandora's
Box.
Yeah. We know we can do stuff like that.
Sure.
So I feel like they can make a lore about these planes disappeared, and this is where they went, and these creatures, and let's go. I mean, I don't really want to go to the Bermuda Triangle, but if you want to take me there HHN style, I'm all for it.
Sure. We'll see. Only time will tell, folks. Yes. Only time will tell. Before we move on to the next story, I got a couple tidbits here. First of all, where is it? I missed it. Larissa was giving us some good tidbits. Oh, there we go. Larissa letting us know that the official merger of Cedar Fair and Six Flags, March 21st. So that's coming up.
Okay.
That's coming up. That might change the game for both parks, honestly. Especially if they can start pulling some of the Not Scary Farm resources, ship them up to Six Flags, some old mazes perhaps, some old maze designs, maybe even some talent even.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, both on stage and backstage. I mean, that would be pretty damn cool.
I want to see Gunslinger's grave at Six Flags. That's what I want to see. Let's go.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Jacob Garcia with the $1 million question, quite literally. Do you guys think tickets should be more limited this year to help with crowd control as well? I feel like that would help balance things out for people who want to enjoy a higher tier ticket. I mean, I always am of the mindset that tickets should be limited, especially being like a current Disneyland Magic Key holder. You can barely get up in that park, man. You can barely go, dude. But unfortunately, I don't know how realistic it is because unfortunately, money does make the world go round. Rob, what are your thoughts, man?
Right. You know what? As someone who buys their ticket to go, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I understand it's a business and I understand they want to make as much money as they can. And because this costs money to put on these, these amazing houses, it costs money. And but at the same time, it's like, when you go, if you don't plan, like you cannot just show up to HHN and be like, oh, I'm going to just show up and wing it and see how many houses I can hit. If you want to hit all the houses, you have to have a plan. Yeah. You got to buy, the RIP or the front of the line. So gone are the days when you can just show up to HHN and be like, we're going to do all the houses today. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I understand the business side and I understand, the fan side as a guest. And it's just, you want the best guest experience, but also the place needs to make money. I feel like we're working. I feel like there's like going to be a happy medium somewhere. And we just it's going to take a few years to kind of work to it. But I do feel there should be some kind of cap on the general ticket. So you don't want is for your average guest to be like, I'm not going back next year because it was too packed. That's what we don't want. So somewhere in the medium.
Yeah, there is a halfway point. I'm sure they got to find it and they got to implement it for sure.
Right.
Let's see. We got Ariana Illuminati. My first thought was the fake history could be the Conjuring house. I mean, yeah, sure. It's a lot of history there for sure. But a triangle could also be Egypt or a mummy maze. Absolutely. Ooh. Absolutely. Diego, good point here. As far as Orlando goes, pretty sure we're going to see the monsters returning, teasing both the Dark Universe land and ride at Epic Universe. Sure. Absolutely. A little synergy there. I love it. Pandora's Box. Shout out to Pandora's Box. A truly an excellent Hollywood original maze. So much fun.
I'll still say that year, that the first year it came was my favorite. Like that was just that year I loved that house.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It's a solid one. Ray on the front lines. It was an absolute mess opening up the front of the line passes so early this year. Let me tell you, man, I feel like it's so funny. They do this every season, and every season I feel like the beginning of the season is always a real cluster of figuring things out. But, that's how it goes. Halloween 365, Metro sets. Yeah. I can't wait. Listen, folks, if we are getting the Metro sets back, I think we should get signs of it within the next 4 to 6 weeks here.
For sure.
Because construction will have to start down there. Right now, I know that where the mazes used to go, or the houses, sorry. I know where the houses used to go. They are currently using them as parking. So, and, extensions for base camps for movies and all that. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what's going on. Ray, I actually got this at Spirit Halloween, bro. Spirit Halloween, cool. But it's Universal Monsters branded. I'm sure they sell it maybe at Hot Topic or somewhere, but we'll see. And I do hope they eliminate. I generally feel like they oversold General, and as said, front of the line sold early quickly too. Yeah, it was pretty nuts. And Ariana, let's Metro sets. Come on, just do it. And speaking of the Universal Monsters, we have a brand new Universal Monsters themed store at the Citywalk in Hollywood. It's actually pretty fun. We went out over the weekend to check it out. It's a tiny store. It's in Production Central. In seasons past, they have used this as like the home base for the HHN store, where they sell all the HHN products. These two slides, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what you get. However, it is really cute. I love that they went out of their way to like decorate it. I do love that they have a ton of merch in there. We went out, like I said, and checked it out this weekend. Pretty fun. It's got some good vibes in there. Lots of merch to get. I mean, that's pretty much it there. Rob, have you been out to check it out yet? Or
No, I haven't. No excuse, but I've watched everyone else's pictures and videos.
Sure, yeah. There. Lots of good coverage out there.
Oh yeah,
for
sure. I was like, should I go? But I was like, I know a lot of people who are going to go out there, so I'm just going to watch their videos. And then, also, I knew if I went out there, I was going to spend money I shouldn't spend. So this was more of a me thing. Like, don't do it. Be smarter. But everything looks cool. I like it. It's give us our own little HHN store. Throughout. That we can buy stuff from it. I like it. I like all the little knickknacks, and I'm a big fan of like mugs. So if they got like a good, maybe like a Wolfman mug or something, I'm gonna definitely pick that up.
Yeah, they do got some mugs up in there, man. They got lots of shot glasses too.
There we go.
Ariana, it's no Orlando tribute store, but I'll take it as a baby step. I'm still holding out hope, folks, that one day we get an Orlando caliber tribute store to either HHN or even just the Universal Monsters out here. I think it could happen. The fact that they're doing these little stores definitely gives me hope, because they're looking at what's happening in Orlando, and they're like, oh, so you're telling me people love shopping, and they love shopping in themed stores? Cool. Well, maybe we should do that here too.
Yeah, that is us. We like buying, especially, I mean, really, like, I think a lot of people who go to Universal, we're all like horror fans. Like, we're gonna buy, like, you throw merch out there, we're gonna buy it because we love the stuff. So just give us more.
To your point, Rob, I definitely spent money on a on a hoodie, dude, that I've been eyeballing for a couple of years. By the way, if you're a Universal Studios pass holder right now, part of the pass holder perks is that you get 20% off of merchandise. I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm just letting you know, because if you want something right now, might be a good time to get it. I did get a hoodie that I've been eyeballing, but was like way too expensive for me for the time. At 20% off, it hurts a little less. So good to know there.
There you go.
Now, Rob, we're going to talk about your favorite place in the world, Six Flags, Magic Mountain, Fright Fest. Specifically, however, Scream Break. Scream Break is back for 2024. Select nights, March 22nd to April 13th from 9 p.m. to midnight. Woo. They're going to have 2 mazes this season. 2 mazes. One of them is going to be the returning Condemned house party.
Yeah.
But the second maze that will be technically returning is Saw, which I am super, super surprised by and also excited for, because they have allegedly added some more fun tricks in there that were perhaps missing when it first opened up back in back in September, October. So, Rob, what are your thoughts, man? We're getting Scream Break again.
Man, I love Six Flags, and last year got to go and was blown away. Like, the scare factor was kind of low, which is fine because energy was all the way up. The actors did phenomenal job. There were so many icons. It was just like, wow. And I was hoping they'd bring it back because it was legit. It was a party. Like, we had a blast. It was, you went through the house and you got some scares in the houses they had, or the mazes they had, but it was like a party scare. And it was, like they're doing the siren, like the police sirens and the bullhorns and stuff like that. It's just like, it was so much fun. Like, I had a complete blast, and got to ride a couple rides. I'm pretty sure people saw me dancing. I love to dance. I was holding my camera, make sure I didn't drop that thing. I was having dancing the night away, and it was just, I'm glad they're bringing it back. I can't express the excitement enough. And also, I just saw Jinx. I don't know if you know Jinx, the fool over at Six Flags, this character. He had posted on his story that they're doing a slider show for Scream Break. So I'm excited for that. I think I don't know if the way he posted it, I don't know if it's on I think the 29th, or if he's just going to be there the 29th, but I know he said that they are doing a slider show in his story. So even more excitement.
Very exciting indeed. Real quick, Pebbles, wow, thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
First of all, Luigi's Mansion at HHN using Knott's Trick or Treat Lights Out. Oh my God. Like, truly, they're sleeping on such a money idea here.
Yes.
How cool would that be? I mean, terrifying for sure, but a great use of that technology. Holy crap. Dude, honestly, you got to send them that one and then charge them a lot of money for that idea.
Yeah.
That is money. That is money for sure. But thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate it. But yeah, absolutely, Rob. To your point, party atmosphere through the roof.
Yes.
Honestly, so much fun. So much fun. And like you said, not the scariest. They did get me a couple of times. Granted, it's not very hard to do. But man, I had a blast. It was honestly super, super fun. And I'm glad that it's back. They're definitely doing something that nobody else does with Scream Break. Let me see who gonna go back. To Larissa's point, brilliant idea.
Yes.
I mean, why the hell not? You know what I mean? I remember when they first premiered the announcement last season, there was a lot of naysayers, a lot of people being like, but it's not even Halloween. And my response to them is, then stay home, fool. Just don't even come, man.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but as soon as I heard, I was like, I got to make a video about this, because this is probably one of the coolest things I've heard. Like, as far as like, because there's so many haunt things, like pop-up events throughout the year. And I was just like, when they said it, I was like, this is something I've never seen before, and it's going to be awesome.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So much fun, honestly. So much fun.
Yes.
Halloween 365. The only thing missing in the Saw X maze was the audio. The song was missing in their house. Not sure what's going on with the music rights. Maybe they just didn't get time. I know that there was like a mad dash at the end there to install some stuff. So perhaps we get it for Scream Break. So we'll see. Dude, a slider show. Honestly, if y'all haven't checked out the Fright Fest slider shows ever, take time to do it, because honestly, they are so much fun.
Yes.
Truly incredible. A great time. And TLEV Media, you guys so generous. Dude, what? Mr. E in the house. We had a great time at Scream Break. We had a great time at Fright Fest. I can't wait to be out there with y'all, man. It's going to be so much fun. Monica, never been to Scream Break. Check it out. A few more details here.
For sure.
So it's 2 mazes, 3 scare zones, DJ dance parties, themed food and drink. Pretty much all the coasters are open. And y'all, let me tell you, the best part about Scream Break, I mean, I guess not financially, but for us, the best part about Scream Break is that there was like no waits for anything. So if you love roller coasters, if you love their thrill rides, if you love haunted houses, this is like truly the perfect event for y'all, because honestly, it was so empty. I hope we don't hype it up too much. Now everybody's going to go. But yeah, it was so cool because you got to get on rides with like little to no waits. Most of the houses were walk on, and that made it even scarier because it was just like you and your group most of the time. And they loved that. They took full advantage of that for sure. Oh man, so cool if Knott's did it too. Absolutely, Saul. Absolutely. I mean, I'm waiting to see who kind of follows suit. Who's the next one to do a Scream Break type event? Rob, do you think we'll ever get one of Knott's, dude?
You know what? I don't think so, but I want to be wrong. I just think Knott's has so much going on, and throughout the year, especially like it's Knott's has their crowd, and it's just they have a lot. The Boysenberry Festival, all the stuff they do. But if you told me Knott's was like, hey, we're thinking of doing like a scary spring break kind of thing, and we're gonna open up 1 or 2 or 3 mazes, have a couple zones, and it's gonna be from we're gonna close at 8 and it's gonna go from 9 to 12 or 1. Sign me up. Me up. I will be there, and I'll be dancing too.
Hell, they can do it during Boysenberry. They could call it like Poisonberry or Spookyberry. I don't know. So But yeah, that would be a lot of fun, man. Absolutely. Jag, yeah, check it out. It's fun. $40, free parking. And again, they filter people out of the park. I think that's probably my next favorite thing about Scream Break is that they get rid of the daytime crowds.
Yeah.
And then from 9 p.m. to midnight, it's just the Scream Break peeps. So that makes it so much fun. I really hope they do that one day with Fright Fest. Because honestly, if they did it where they cleared out the crowds for Fright Fest from like 9 to midnight or till 2 a.m. or whatever,
Yeah.
that would elevate the event so much. Because one of my least favorite things about Fright Fest is that it's a mix-in event. And boy, the crowds out there on the weekends are nuts, dude. I mean, Rob, what do you think, dude? Do you think they'll ever follow suit and kind of copy the Scream Break structure to Fright Fest?
You know what? I hope they do, because I'm right there with you. I think like a separate ticketed event, it would definitely elevate the event, experience itself. I understand, and I've talked to characters. I get, that younger crowd, they're easy targets, and it's I get it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I totally understand from this character's point of view, but as a guest, I think just having two your daytime crowd and then they exit and your evening crowd come in for this specific event, I think just overall elevates that event just a little more. So I think if Scream Break continues to be a success and they see like, okay, you know what, this is sustainable and we could implement it in Fright Fest, then I think that's more likely a possibility. So I'm hoping Scream Break continues to be a success where they can see like people will show up for a separate ticketed event.
Absolutely. So for those of you who haven't done it, come out to Scream Break. So that way, hopefully Fright Fest becomes its own ticket too, because I'm tired of it, y'all.
We got to stop it. We got to stop it.
All right, now moving on to some kind of sad news here on our Haunt update. An OC, I guess not an OC, but a SoCal Halloween legend is closing its doors forever. The Halloween Club is officially gone, which is crazy to say. Honestly, for so many years, it was a staple of Halloween. I mean, the fact that you can walk in there any time of the year and get some costumes was always really, really cool. But now it is officially closed. That means there are no more Halloween clubs in Southern California. Really, really bummer of a day, man. Honestly, and it was one of the few Halloween stores open year round, and it's now gone. Rob, what was your history with Halloween Club, man? Did you ever go to the Spook show they did?
I didn't go to the Spook show, but let me tell you this. That place is where I bought my first Batman mask.
Oh man.
So I would go there. I'm not, maybe it's just too much information, but I like to dress up. I just like to, for little knickknacks here and there. I have a few masks that I like to wear just to, goof around. And I would always go there to get them because it was open all year round. So I didn't have to wait for Halloween or October or September to roll around. I could just go to the store, pick up whatever I needed. My cousin was having a party and they wanted this. We go to the Halloween store, pick it up, and we'd be wearing it that night. So it is a bummer to see the doors close. It's just like, man, what's going on? What is going on?
Yeah, man, it's a real bummer. I remember I bought a Darth Vader helmet there.
Nice.
To wear to the Revenge of the Sith premiere. Not the premiere in Hollywood, but when it opened up, I went to like the AMC Norwalk 20 wearing a Darth Vader helmet, man. Dude, sad day for sure. But hopefully somebody else kind of steps up. I know that there's a ton of there's a few options in LA for Halloween stores that are open 24 or not 24/7. That would be cool. Open during the year off season as well. But Jacob as well. They used to have so many good masks there. Ariana and I actually went last year before Ren Fair because we needed a few extra costume pieces. So we went there to check it out. And man, now it's gone, dude.
We have to find a new place, man. That sucks.
Pebbles AMC 20 is the best, dude. Shout out to the AMC 20 Norwalk.
Oh yeah, for
It's
sure.
a great place, man. It's a great place.
You know what? I went to church down the street from there, so that was like our spot. Like at Friday nights after church, we were like, "What movie are we gonna watch? Let's go." We saw so many. I think I spent a good for a good 10 years of my life, like a good amount of time at that AMC 20. I still go there once in a while. I got buddies live out there, so we'd be like, "You want to go to AMC 20? All right, let's go."
Nice, man. Hey, they make movies better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Larissa, yeah, sad to see the Halloween Club in Commerce just dwindle to nothing and then close. Now the La Mirada store too. Yeah, it's it's a sad chapter, but they went the way of Blockbuster, and I guess that's kind of what happens around here, around these parts, unfortunately. I totally missed this, but TLEV Media, Fright Fest was packed last year with Saw and The Conjuring. Getting big IPs is going to have to cause some changes with ticketing, right? Right? I hope so. I hope so, brother. I really hope so, man, because good Lord. Yeah, it was busy, man. It was. Just trying to find the entrance was nuts because it was just like a mass of people. I think somebody said that they waited like 3 hours for The Conjuring, or I'm sorry, for Saw, which
I'm pretty sure it was 3.5 hours.
3.5. You're right. You're right. He kind of yelled at us, and sorry, dude.
Highlight. It was definitely a highlight of the night, though.
Yeah, that it was, my friend. Oh man. All right, moving on. We're gonna close down here on our haunt update, the first haunt update of the year. By the way, thank you for all of you who have stuck around from the beginning.
Yes,
it's really awesome having you guys on the live streams and chatting haunts. I know I missed the hell out of it, and it's gonna be here before we know it. And I'm gonna be doing more of these haunt updates because the news just keeps coming. It's nuts. And from this point forward, like really, more and more news is going to come out. But speaking of haunt events, Blumhouse is doing a activation of sorts. They are doing Chauncey's Imaginary Playhouse from Blumhouse for the upcoming movie Imaginary. Now, this is a free experience that has unfortunately completely sold out. I think it sold out pretty instantly, but from February 23rd to March 2nd, we were lucky enough to get tickets for it, so we're going to report back. Nice. Aaron Flores, I see you got some tickets too, man. That's going to be cool. So this is pretty nuts what they're going to do with this. They are describing it as a 20 to 25-minute experience, and it's 6 rooms across 2 floors, which is nuts, man. Nice. Blumhouse is partnering with Fever to put this event on. Dude, honestly, I love seeing pop-up horror events like these. What are your thoughts, dude? What are your thoughts, Rob?
Well, unfortunately, I will not be going. I mean, I heard about it. I just didn't know it was a free thing. Otherwise, I probably would have jumped on it and been waiting for it. But I'm all for this, man. Like I think they did it.
Yes,
the It House.
Did you get to do that?
I didn't get to. Let me tell you. It takes a lot for me to get out to that way. Going that direction, it takes a lot. But I got to watch people's, they talk about it and everything. But this has, I don't see any negative for this. This is all positive. It's going to hype up the movie.
Yeah.
Same thing with how it did with It, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. I'm actually really excited for the movie itself. So the fact that they are doing something like this, which is costing them money, shows me that they have a lot of hope, or they just believe in this movie that it's going to be that good, that we're going to invest some money and get people to when they go through experience this house that they're doing, they're going to want to go watch the movie because it's kind of like they're spending a little money to get some money back. So I definitely think this is an awesome thing to do. I'm glad at least you got tickets to go and check it out, because I know I'm going to get to at least know that you went. You're going to tell me about it. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see the movie. So they have this going on. That's even better.
Absolutely. Jag, dang, hopefully you can record that event. Really wanted tickets. Thankfully, they say that photo and video is encouraged.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm going to be sure and bring out my camera to get coverage of that for everyone who wasn't able to go. I did post about it in our stories, so if you don't follow us, be sure to follow us at The Haunt Line. I try to be as current as possible to all the events, so be sure and follow us there. But yeah, man, it's honestly, it seems like a lot of fun. To Ariana's point, Fever does do some pretty good events. I'm really excited to see how this comes together, and yeah, we'll see what happens, man. And Aaron, by the way, Aaron's got an extra ticket, Rob. So there you go, man.
Oh, for sure. All right. Hopefully you're not joking around. Don't mess with my emotions like that.
And now the final story for our first haunt update of the year. The Spooky Swapmeet is back with the next nightmare. Tickets are on sale now. It goes April 26th through the 28th at the Heritage Square Museum. This is a super, super fun event with vendors, lots of spooky vendors selling art, selling costumes, selling all kinds of wares and trinkets and whatever you want that's spooky related. There's usually a ton of fun cosplayers too, lots of food and drink. And one of my favorite things about the Spooky Swapmeet is that they decorate a lot of the old houses in the Heritage Square. Cool. Sponsors come out and they decorate these houses, and you can go and do trick or treat. Some of them have fun little expeditions you can go on. It's honestly a real blast. So, Rob, have you gone to the Spooky Swapmeet, dude?
I've never been to the Spooky Swapmeet, and I know that's a little close. That's in Pasadena, right? Or
no, it's in LA.
Okay.
It's a little farther from downtown LA, but
okay.
It shouldn't be too far from you.
Okay.
If you get the chance.
Is it in LA itself?
Not like downtown LA.
Okay.
Heritage Square Museum. Here, I'll look it up right now real quick.
That's more likely going to happen then, because
okay.
I just hate. I'm not an LA person. I love my city. I love my city, but I hate going through LA.
Sure.
The traffic, man. That's why I was just talking to someone the other day about this. I was like, the only time I will go through LA is to go to Horror Nights. That's like my only. I gotta save it up, all my frustration with the traffic, and save it up, and that's the only day I'm going.
Sure. So it's not in downtown LA. It's in Montecito Heights, technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not like in downtown LA. But you're right, dude. I hate going to fucking downtown LA too, man. It's always such a nightmare with traffic and all that.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, bro, it's a lot of fun. If y'all haven't checked it out, watching the live stream, check it out. Super, super fun. I was gonna say something else about it, but now it slipped my mind.
I mean, you say food. I think that's just. I know I've seen some of those vendors with the food and stuff. So,
dude,
I'm excited for that.
There's a taco spot that rolls through there that makes really good tacos and really good Mexican food.
You are speaking to my heart. You are speaking to my heart right now. I'm gonna get my tickets right now.
Dude, go for it. The only thing for sure is that parking is a little scarce because it's still LA.
Yeah.
So, just be forewarned that parking can be a little crazy there. But it's totally worth the trip, and it's a lot of fun. And bring your wallet fully charged, because there's going to be a lot to check out, man.
I don't know where that $200 went. So it's a blur. It's just a blur.
And well, that's going to do it for our first haunt update of the season, and our first Hauntline live stream of the season 2 of the year of 2024. Honestly, it was a blast to have everyone here with us today. And Rob, thanks for coming on, brother.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I always appreciate it.
You've got so much going on, man. What else you got going on besides,
Geez. I mean, there's the Howling Hour. That's home base, but I'm also the Nights of Horror. We do stuff over there. I always work with my buddy Scott with Exploring Attractions, and me and Scott actually started this new venture, if you will, called Haunt Talk, where we just kind of doing speculation stuff, or more specific, what's going on with this. And we just actually had our first interview with one of the characters from Fright Fest, Crone. So it was really awesome, and yeah, we're having a blast doing it. So yeah, I got, and then always a pleasure to work with you, John. Always.
Thanks, man. Are you still doing? I know that you posted one recently
on the fence movie reviews. I gotta say, I mean, I don't know whoever's watching it, but I did that Godzilla -1 review, and for whatever reason, that one just blew up. So the support on that. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're still. Movies is I'm trying to get more and more back to the theater. So definitely gonna check out Chauncey. I'm gonna get a review for that. So, But yeah, on the fence movie reviews. That's where I kind of do me and my buddies do movie reviews, trailer reactions, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of stuff.
You stay busy, Rob. You stay very busy, my friend.
I try, man. I try.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Rob. And thank you all for joining us, whether it was live or on the rebroadcast. It's always a blast seeing you. Be sure to follow us on all social media at The Haunt Line. And until the next time, thank you for calling The Haunt Line. Have a good night, everyone.